taking this video today because I've been doing a few repairs here in the car. It's actually January 6th, so it's a little bit cold. I'm pretty sure I can do this entire repair without even having the doors open. So I got the car nice and heated, got a whole bunch of tools, hopefully the replacement part, and this one repair that's been a long time coming here since, well, this came about last year. I thought it was in the summer. It could have been because just the heat of the summer wasn't that hot, but the heat of the summer, it could have actually messed up this little slider that goes over the cup holder. And until you have something like this, you're like, who cares, it's just a cup holder, but it is pretty nice, it's great. I could even take a drink like, let's say I have today. I got the thermos, got something hot to drink, that I just stashed in the back, but you can close it up, keep it warm, keep it protected, put stuff on top of it, you can write on it. Look, it's here for a reason, okay? And just for knowing it's there, you want it to work. So granted, it's about $100 plus or minus just for the one part, depending on where you're getting it from. I did get this from Acura Direct. In all transparency, my awesome girlfriend got it for me, so I didn't pay a dime, but you get it between, I don't know, 75 bucks and 120 something, shipped out the door, delivered to your house, rather than several $100s to get it and have it installed by Acura. So, without further ado, you're obviously going to need the replacement part. The replacement part looks like this. To make my life easier, I'm going to actually move down the e-brake. Since I got the stick shift, just going to throw it in gear. Don't have to worry about it rolling anywhere. And yeah, so here's the replacement piece. I'll take it out a little bit more once the time comes to replace it, but you can see here, that whole thing works. And you can see that it actually comes down in this part of the track here. So I'm hoping that this video is pretty helpful to anybody who's going to watch it, because I've seen a few of these videos out there that it's just, they go through it like that, they have wires that were already out, they have screws that were already out. This is going to be from stock. I have never done this before, so however long this takes, that's how long it takes. Typically I'll have a beer or two with me, but, well, I want to be sober going through this so I don't screw anything up, and you can get a real perspective of how things go. And it's damn cold outside, so cold beer is not going to help me out very much right now. So without further ado, first things we're going to want to do are take off these little metal strips, these little runners that go up and down as the trim side. So to do that, again, some of these videos I've seen they're using screwdrivers and pieces of metal to pry this out. Not what you want to do. You want to have a nice little kit. I got this from, I think, Harbor Freight for $6 or $7. It's got all the little pieces you'll need. Think of it like little crowbars or little flat edges that you can get underneath and pry things up. So it's way better to use something like this because you don't have to worry about metal on metal scratching and, you know, really denting into it. This is made for doing something just like what we're doing here today. So I've got actually some stuff that's in here as well. I'm going to take it out now because eventually this is going to have to go. So if you do have anything in the cup holder, you do have anything in any of the center console, I'd recommend just doing away with it now. It might actually make it easier to have this open to then get to this as well. So I know that there is one clip that's somewhere in here. I'm going to try to start with that one first. It is pretty tight. Let me see if this even smaller tool would help. In this case, I started all the way in the back. There, at least I was able to get a little bit of play. Start just feeling underneath. There you go, look, it's already starting to come up. Almost got it, there we go. Whew. Just trying to line them up so you get a better feeling of where they are. Got the one here, sort of like where auto is, but down closer to the temperature down button on the left. I'm sure and then you've got one basically by where the fan up control is. You got another here that's basically right by the volume knob, but a tiny bit up, but it's still right next to the volume knob. And next one is below the radio. You've got these two compartments here by the shifter. It's pretty equal with the top part of this topmost of the two compartments, right over here. Got another right here, basically the bottommost of those bottom two compartments. Got another one here by the bottom of the shifter boot. And let's see, two more. We got the one that's over here. That's pretty equal with the middle of the cup holder, a little bit in front of it maybe. And then you got the one that's back here, which was the first one that I touched on. Alright, so next up with the cup holder, we got to deal with these pieces right here. So there's a few things that we got to do. First off, I'm going to worry about taking out some of these screws. So I think I'll see if I really need to do every one of them. From what I can see, definitely want to do at least 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. So that's 2 black and 2 of these kind of brassy gold colored ones on the top. Okay. Alright, so now I've got these 4 on both sides out of there. Next up, you're going to need to access some screws that are down here so we can get rid of the console. So you'll see there's a little, it's kind of like a little rubber mat that's on the bottom. I'm just going to take a flathead screwdriver, or, you know, let's do this the right way. I'll take this guy here. Should be able to pry it out pretty easy. Yep, real easy. Probably could have even done it with my fingers, but my fingers are cold. Okay, I'll just leave that there for a minute. I'm sure that could use a little cleaning. And now, got another little door, a little compartment here that, see, I'm not sure how well lit it is, but I'm going to see down here, it's got a couple clips, and there's some screws here too. I believe there's screws under that door, as well as the 2 that I could easily see. And here I need a little bit thinner screwdriver. I'll try to get this door off without breaking anything. Should all be able to kind of shift back. Just like that. Let's get this. Can I get this guy here? No, there is a plug at the bottom. I will show you this once it's out. So there was a wire that has nothing to do with electricity going to this. Now the old cup holder, you can see there's the piece, but yeah, that is very broken. That's too bad. Maybe there's some way to repair it. Sounds like a topic for another video. Let's try to close it for now. Yeah, maybe we'll try to close it in another video too. Okay, so at the bottom of it, and hopefully this has the same piece, which it does, you got this. This isn't to secure this to the car at all, it's more because there's just a wiring that goes through it, and I guess the engineers said we don't want it just hanging loose. It would be easier if we can connect it to something, and that something happens to be this. So the 2 clips, basically they can clip together just fine. Runs electricity. Oh, this is for the light. When you open this up, you got that light that's going, or really is running 100% of the time, I believe, your lights are on. And they just wanted to have it so it wasn't flopping around. And then you can see some other stuff going on here, like this for the e-brake, and so on. let's do what we came here to do. Make the car sexy again. Beautiful. Alright. So, looks like it's going to be a little bit tricky getting this clip back in here. So, what I had done, you can see that here's where the electricity goes in. This is the female side of the plug, which goes towards the back of the car. It's basically, again, this light here. So, this female part, it has another little clip on the bottom of it. That's what's going to clip in here. And then you just plug the other side of the gray, the male side, it's going to plug right in. So let's see, it's not the easiest to get to. Let's see what I can do. See there. Okay, it's clipped in. Now let's plug electricity. Excellent. Okay, that is in. Now you'll see there's these little kind of black dots, little rubber pieces that stick up. Dowels, whatever you might want to call them, those should all line up. We got 3 of them all together, it looks like. Yep, 1, 2, 3, we're good. That's sliding. Not just done yet. Now let's slide the whole thing back in. I'm going to close the center for that. There we go. Okay. Center console looks like it's where it's supposed to be. Yep. Got those 2 screw holes that line up, and now I've got easy access for this piece, so I'm going to put him in first. Cool. So I can put my junk back in here, but let's just focus now on putting the car back together. I like to start where I finished, so hopefully it's nice and easy getting everything back in. You feel, by the way, when you're taking it out, this thing feels like it's kind of curved in a little on itself. It's probably to get it to keep the shape. So it doesn't seem like it's, it's sticking up a little bit here at the end. That looks normal to me. Feels normal, and it seems in line with what everybody else has in their videos. So it shouldn't be anything to be nervous about. And so far everything seems to be clipping in like I would expect. Alright, I think we're done. Love it. Alright, well, hope this video helps some people out there. If you got any questions, ask in the comments. Always happy to help. Alright, thanks.